Hello friends, I made this far. My name is Lauren, and today we are talking about the next hot transit to happen to all of us on the 20th. So this transit is a big deal. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. We're going to explore Mars in Gemini through the tarot. And today is the Way Home Tarot. I've done a review on this deck, definitely recommend. I will try and remember to link that at the end of this video. But before we dive in, please remember to do the YouTube-y things such as like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone you love, hate, or lust after. And let me know down below, what are you getting from your cards lately and from the stars? My cat Shiva says hello too. Come. Come. She is sacred. Sacred being. Anyway, to talk about this transit, we are going to be using the card for Mars, which is the Tower, and the card for Gemini, which is the Lovers. Of course, it's the Lovers. So let's begin by just talking about the realest of it all, the realness of it all. Right, Mama? Mars is the planet of action. Sometimes it's really put out to be this super masculine energy, and it certainly can be if that is supportive to you, but I feel like that gets exclusionary when we start to talk about it like that. It's very much, how do we pursue the things that we care about? It's very much about, how do we go after the things we want? How do we pursue that which is important to us, right? With Gemini, it's all about adaptability, and it's all about reflections, being able to see yourself and others, being able to adapt to environments. It is a communicative sign. It is a social sign. It is a sign that is all about being able to morph as you go. So, what does this look like in the tarot? So one thing I want to point out is when we're looking at the Tower card and the tarot, it's usually seen as, ooh, this is something bad or spooky. But if you've been here before, you know, ain't nothing bad or good. There is just experiences. And the Tower is an experience. This is a terrible time of day, and I apologize. But in this depiction of the Tower, why are you sitting like that? In this depiction of the Tower, we see lightning striking a tent. And it's not a tent. It's a A-frame cabin, and it's being lit on fire. And there is a forest fire all around it. The idea, there's cat hair everywhere. The idea with the Tower is that this is an initiator of change. This is not necessarily a good or bad thing, but it can cause a lot of disruption. So transits around Mars can be a little disrupting. Let's be honest, that's all right. It's okay. It's okay to have things shooken up. Our methods of going about how we want to pursue something might be changing in this time. With this, we see the spark. We see the initiator. Mars is action. So when we're seeing this card, I invite you to see it as action. This is not necessarily a good or bad thing, but it is change. And change is often uncomfortable. But change is not bad. Often change must happen in order for us to grow, learn, or obtain that which we want. And Mars is all about getting what we want. As always, I invite you to take out your Tower card and to ask questions about what can you learn around Mars. Perhaps even doing a little journaling prompt, meditating with your card, and asking the card, What am I here to learn in this transition of Mars? What am I here to learn with Mars and Gemini? What am I meant to tap into? And how am I meant to move through the world differently, right? So that's the tower. We see it in all its glory. It can be spooky, yes. It also shows that there is going to be some chaos. With Mars changing into Gemini, there has been a lot of talk about chaos. All right, I don't make the rules. This is just how it is. I don't think it's a good or a bad thing. I think it's a transit that will teach us what it needs to teach us. Astrology is not happening to us, it's happening with us, right? These things are not here to harm. They're here to help us grow. So, what does Mars and Gemini look like? Well, I like to show this lovers for today because it shows this very as above, so below, which is sometimes the energy of Gemini or the lovers. This card shows two pigeons in the air touching their little beaks together and kind of embracing in the sky. But again, they're mirrored in a way where it's very inverted. As above, so below. You're just in the best mood today. So there's a lot to learn here when it comes to the idea of the mirrors in our lives. And the shift, just as Gemini is such an air sign, we are presented with these two birds in the sky, which embraces that energy of air, that lift, that ungrounded feeling that might even be unnerving to some of us. Gemini is about adaptability, about being able to shift what you're doing in the moment, about being able to see things through other people's eyes and to mirror people around you. So the shift that might be happening with Mars is we might feel a little bit more disconnected in how we pursue what we want, but how we enact. Let me rephrase this. It's birds. How we pursue what we want might be about the connections around us more than ever. It might be more about how we can gracefully find connection in unsuspecting places, of allowing ourselves to shift energetically in how we pursue with more faith than actual solid ground. It might be time to focus more on communication rather than the action-oriented Mars movements that we have usually had, right? Before Mars moved into Gemini, Mars is in Taurus. So this is a super earthy sign. This is a super grounded, sometimes stubborn sign. And so I feel like that shift from Taurus to Gemini can sometimes be a little rough. It can sometimes be a little unsettling because we feel so earthed in. And it's our first air sign of the astrological wheel. So this invitation, I'm going to have to let you go because if I don't stop petting you, oh my God, there's so much hair. She's shedding. She's preparing for winter as we speak. And because she's every cat hair color, I get to really embrace it. So let's look at these two cards together. Bless you. There's a lot of suspending disbelief. There's a lot of embracing the change as we are suspended in an energy that perhaps we're not used to. But we can embrace that by allowing ourselves to have some more curiosity and allow ourselves to be surprised. allowing ourselves to go with the flow rather than resisting, rather than being stagnant. There's going to be a lot more invitation for movement. Again, this can be incredibly unsettling, but it is also a beautiful invitation to push through and into something exciting and new. So if you found that supportive, make sure to let me know down below. What deck are you using? Do you have the Way Home Tarot? Do you love it? I love it. What has been happening with you astrologically? How have you been feeling? Have you been drinking water? All of those things and more, please let me know down below. As always, you can also connect with me through my links tree that is down below as well. But until next time, friends, have a beautiful transit, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye-bye.